One, the only, the redoubtable Mr. Lemony Snicket. Try that again. Mr. Lemony Snicket. Mr. Lemony Snicket?
I'm sorry.
There he is.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that woman is. Or why she would have told you such a terrible lie. I don't know why anyone would lie, particularly to children. Although it is fun. I know that Mr. Snicket was scheduled to be here to run a secret meeting. It was on the schedule. It was on the schedule that he was to be here. It was a scheduled appearance. It was written on the schedule. But I'm afraid he's not here after all. There's something funny about it, ma'am. It's not funny at all. In fact, it's rather sad. There's nothing funny about it. He wanted to come very much to this beautiful synagogue and take charge of the secret meeting, but he's not here after all. Does anyone have a guess as to why?
Fire.
Yeah, you have a guess? He's sick? An excellent guess. How many of us have missed things due to illness? Woken up, felt terrible, decided not to go. An excellent guess, but wrong. Entirely wrong. Not even close. Yes?
Did you get hit in the armpit by a bat?
So you were there. The whole time. Watching it happen. And you did nothing! Precisely the kind of immorality I was warned about before I came to Petaluma. In fact, that's precisely the kind of emergency that happened to Mr. Snicket. He was standing just like this when in fact he was attacked by a creature. I wish I could show you the creature. It's in a box, in a bag, in a briefcase. Oh, why, look. Here is a briefcase. What a strange coincidence that it would just happen to be here. And now as I open the briefcase, slowly to increase suspense, all of you should be about 9 times more frightened than you already were. Now it's only in a box in a bag. Oh no. Now it's only in the box. And when I open the box, you'll be able to see the creature. It's suspended in a substance which is transparent. A word which here means that, like so many people we know, we can see right through it. The creature that is in here should not be viewed by children in particular. If there are any children here, you, sir, are the proud father of a child. Tell it to leave. Because the last child who viewed this creature underwent a horrible transformation. Their hair turned snow white. And when I say Snow White, I don't mean the lovable character co-opted by the Disney Corporation who skips around the forest with midgets. I mean color white, Snow White. The color of that gentleman's shirt, if it were clean. So if I were you, I would do what this gentleman is doing. I would cling to your wife or wives. I would run for the clearly, more or less, marked exits. I would bury my head in my lap or in someone else's lap. Rather than viewing this horrible creature! It is ghastly! It is unearthly! It makes people tremble at the sight! Clinging to the aisles will not keep you safe. Sitting in the center will not keep you safe. No matter how young you are, you're not safe. No matter how very old you are, you're not safe. Even if you came in the back, hardly knowing that you would see such a thing, you're not safe from this creature. Now, I would think that the most terrifying part of this creature would be its teeth. Wouldn't you agree? Here, touch that there. Don't touch that! What's wrong with you? It is, in fact, the teeth of this creature, the teeth that attacked Mr. Snicket in the armpit. The second least favorite part of the body one would want to be attacked. In the armpit, the teeth of this creature went into Mr. Snicket's armpit. In to his armpit, and what happened when the teeth of this creature reached Mr. Snicket's armpit is that he was paralyzed. And paralyzed means what? Exactly. That you can't move. He was paralyzed from the armpit down. All the way down from the armpit. From the armpit down. And believe it or not, I am not a trained ballerina. I am self-taught. But nevertheless, I will now perform a short dance, describing what it was like for Mr. Snicket to try and reach this cathedral while being paralyzed from the armpit down. And the dance goes like this. So, as you can see, while it may be an amusing method of transportation, it is not an efficient one, and so Mr. Snicket is perhaps here, and so I am here in his place to run a meeting of a secret society that perhaps some of you are members of. So I'll just read off the agenda that Mr. Snicket has so considerately left for me. Here's the agenda here. Number 1, arrival. You have arrived. Number 2, welcoming remarks. That was that deranged liar of a woman who was speaking earlier. Number 3, meeting called to order by Lemony Snicket. It didn't happen. Number 4, Lemony Snicket fails to appear. That did happen. Number 5, awkward but very handsome man stumbles through a series of unbelievable excuses why Lemony Snicket isn't there. That appears to be where we are now. Then we'll move on to old business. And then the other way, lady. Other way. We'll move on to old business, then there'll be a secret note read into the record, then a presentation of Mr. Snicket's latest report. Who could that be at this hour? That entire report, which has been published in book form, will be read out loud. The entire book will be read out loud. I've checked with security. Here will be till 5 in the morning. The doors are locked. Then will be the dancing of the karaoke. Well, that was scheduled to be the dancing of the karaoke. Mr. Snicket is an incredible dancer, an amazing dancer, but he's not here. The karaoke will not be danced. No one will dance the karaoke. Abandon all hope of seeing the karaoke this evening. After that, there'll be signing of the individual copies of the report, which perhaps you have purchased from Copperfield or another noble independent bookstore, followed by dismissal, and then a terrible thing will happen to you in the middle of the night. You don't have to worry about that now. So here we are at old business, reports from various agents. If you're a member of this secret organization, perhaps you will recognize yourself in some of these reports from various agents. Here's Agent Ignatius, who I believe I saw in the poetry section. He's been doing excellent work in our chemical department, it says here, involving a mixture of the compound WAT and the chemical ER. No, I guess that just spells water. Next up we have Agent Wittershins, who has informed us that he's figured out what to do in the event of an emergency involving a mixture of wrapping a mattress around yourself and hoping for the best. Next up we have Moxie Malahan, who appears in Mr. Snicket's latest report. Who could that be at this hour? Moxie Malahan is a young journalist who helps young Mr. Snicket investigate a statue that appears to have been stolen but hasn't been stolen after all, and so it needs to be stolen again, only to have it stolen from the person who stole it when it hadn't happened to be stolen at all. It may or may not be underneath this sheet. As all of us, one day, may or may not be underneath a sheet. Moving on. We've also made enormous progress in our disguise department. Now, if you're a member of our secret organization, you will have been trained in disguises, and you'll be able to see that there's actually a person standing there. If you haven't, it means that you'll only see a photograph of a giant roll of toilet paper. If you are a member of the organization, then you'll be able to see a person. That's how you know. Here's another pass. To the untrained eye, this looks like merely a cardboard star, but believe it or not, there are people hidden in this photograph. That's people. If you're a member of the secret organization, you'll be able to see 6 people hidden in that photograph. 6 people hidden there, including the person holding the camera. In other news, a man hopped on a barrel for no reason I can imagine, and bunnies are adorable. Also, well, that's a depiction of the karaoke. The karaoke will not be danced this evening. Mr. Snicket is not here, and so you will not see the dancing of the karaoke. How many times do I have to tell you? Next, we have a secret note to be read on the record. In this book, who could that be at this hour? Mr. Snicket receives a note. The note now needs to be read into the record. All of you who can see it, please do so. Louder.
I'm going to the bathroom.
No, you're terrible at it. That's terrible. You're driving me to drink water. That was terrible. I'll need to ask for some volunteers to help me read it, yes? You, ma'am, you and you who were even more eager than the first person, why don't you two come up here, yes? And then, are you who are sitting on a woman who's like, no, to be relieved of that pain and suffering? You, sir. Yes, come on up here. What's your name, lady? Allie, what's your name? Sophia, and what's your name? Okay, good. the bathroom fire?
Climb out the window in the bathroom.
No, terrible. Now, people want to know, where is the window? Is it in the dining room? Is it in the kitchen? I have no idea where it is, and so you need to emphasize the word bathroom. Bathroom. Climb out the window in the bathroom. Fire.
Climb out the window in the bathroom.
Very good. And you may finish that sentence, and meet me in the alley behind the stop.
And meet me in the alley behind the shop.
No. How many times have we done this that I have to tell you again? In order to tell people where the alley is, you need to be very demonstrative with behind the shop. Meet me in the alley behind this shop! Right.
Meet me in the alley behind this shop.
Very nice. And you, David Etta, what are you? I'll be waiting in the green roadster.
I'll be waiting in the green room.
No, we need a dramatic pause after waiting. I will be waiting! Dramatic pause. In the green roadster. Fire.
I'll be waiting.
Always a pleasure to have a postmodernist in the house. And you, ma'am, I want you to read that last sentence as bossily as you can.
You have 5 minutes.
Oh, you can be bossier than that. I can see by some of the people you've associated with. You've bossed around all the livelong day by this kind of woman.
Clean your room! Brush your teeth! Get me another whiskey sour!
All the time. Bossily is possible.
You have 5 minutes.
Excellent work. At last, your terrible childhood is paying off. Now let's read the entire letter with all 4 volunteers doing their part. Are you ready? It doesn't matter whether you are or not. We're going to do it. No.
Climb out the window.
Window. It's pronounced window. California. Climb out the window in the...
Bathroom.
Very nice.
Behind this shop.
I will be waiting. Dramatic pause.
I'll be waiting. You have 5 minutes.
Wonderful, almost without exception. Thank you very much. And now at last on to new business, the presentation of the report, Who Could That Be at This Hour, which as I said has been published in book form. The book looks like this, except that this is a flat slide, and this is the actual book. The only way to understand all of the sinister secrets and all of the troubling troubles of the book is to read the entire book out loud. It's the only way. You can't read an excerpt. That wouldn't be fair. I remember you. I never thought I would see you again. Out of all the dream joints in all the world, there was a town, and there was a girl, and there was a theft. I was living in the town, and I was hired to investigate the theft, and I thought the girl had nothing to do with it. I was almost 13, and I was wrong. I was wrong about all of it. I should have asked the question, why would someone say something was stolen when it was never theirs to begin with? Instead, I asked the wrong question. 4 wrong questions, more or less. This is the account of the first. The Hemlock Tea Room and Stationery Shop is the sort of place where the floors always feel dirty, even when they are clean. They were not clean on the day in question. The food at the Hemlock is too awful to eat, particularly the eggs. which are probably the worst eggs in the entire city, including those on exhibit at the Museum of Bad Breakfast, where visitors can learn just how badly eggs can be prepared. The hemlock sells paper and pens that are damaged and useless, but the tea is drinkable, and the place is located across the street from the train station, so it is an acceptable place to sit with one's parents before boarding a train for a new life. I was wearing the suit I'd been given as a graduation present. It had hung in my closet for weeks, like an empty person. I felt glum and thirsty. When the tea arrived, for a moment the steam was all I could see. Then the steam cleared, and I looked at the people who were with me. It is curious to look at one's family and try to imagine how they look to strangers. I saw a large-shouldered man in a brown linty suit that looked like it made him uncomfortable, and a woman drumming her fingernails on the table over and over to sound like a tiny horse's galloping. She happened to have a flower in her hair. They were both smiling, particularly the man. "You have plenty of time before your train, son," he said. "Would you like to order something to eat? Eggs?" "No, thank you," I said. "We're both so proud of our little boy," said the woman, who perhaps would have looked nervous to someone who was looking closely at her. Or perhaps not. She stopped drumming her fingernails on the table and ran them through my hair. Soon I would need a haircut.
You must be all a tingle with excitement,
she said. I guess so, but I did not feel a tingle. I did not feel anything.
Put your napkin in your lap,
she told me. I did.
Well then drink your tea, she said. Well then drink your tea,
she said. And another woman came into the hemlock. She did not look at me or my family or anywhere at all. She brushed by my table, very tall, with a very great deal of very wild hair. Her shoes made no noise on the floor. She stopped at a rack of envelopes and grabbed the first one she saw, tossing a coin to the woman behind the counter, who caught it almost without looking. And then she was back out the door. With all the tea on all the tables, it looked like one of her pockets was steaming. I was the only one who had noticed her. She did not look back. There are two good reasons to put your napkin in your lap. One is that food might spill in your lap, and it is better to stain the napkin than your clothing. The other is that it can serve as a perfect hiding place. Practically nobody is nosy enough to take a napkin off a lap to see what is hidden there. I sighed deeply and stared down at my lap, as if I were lost in thought. And then quickly and quietly I unfolded and read the note that the woman had dropped there. Everyone,
climb out the window in the bathroom and meet me in the alleyway behind this shop. I will be waiting for my cause in the green roadster. You get 5 minutes.
now the story goes on from there, and although it is in the agenda that I read the entire book out loud, I became concerned as I wandered amongst you, thinking of the emotional affect that reading the entire book would have. I have done it before, and when people aren't strong enough or in some other way morally inferior, they become so upset and deranged that the floor of the mosque, when I'm done, is covered in hair. We would become so distressed and upset that we would tear out not only our own hair, but the hair of others in our misery and woe. And all of us would stand here with empty, hideous, bald head.
I knew that was coming.
It's almost too much to bear. So I will not read the entire book out loud, but instead will sum up the sinister secrets and the troubling troubles by singing a song. Yes, a terrible song, but a song that might allow you to keep what little hair you have left. And the song goes like this. When things... No. When... No. It's too bad, actually, because it's the sort of song that doesn't sound good when I sing it myself, but would sound so much better if I sang it while playing an accordion. But I don't have an accordion. I don't suppose anybody brought an accordion with them.
I did.
Oh, wow, you did? What luck. What are the chances that someone would have an accordion just when I would ask for one? A lesser mind would think treachery was afoot. Do you really have an accordion? Lady that looks suspicious sitting in the back with an accordion sitting next to her in the aisle? Why, it is an accordion. Now, an accordion is an instrument that has been around for hundreds of years and has been hated by thousands of people. And why do we hate things? Well, sometimes we hate them because of the cruel and inhuman fiscal policy that funnels money into the upper echelons of already privileged society. But all that means is that we hate things when we don't understand them. So before I play one note of this miraculously appearing accordion, I would like to demonstrate its scientific principles. And to demonstrate its scientific principles, I need to ask $200,000 for a pair of volunteers who are friends with one another. If you have no friends, if every day you weep and moan alone in the world, you can't volunteer. You are friends? Okay, come on up. I know you wanted to be chosen, but when you see how much pain and suffering they go through, you say, thank God he didn't choose me. So what's your name, Adam? Senya, and what's your name? Juliana. Senya and Juliana. And how long have you been friends, Senya? Since kindergarten, and what grade are you in now? Sixth grade. And do you always talk in unison? So, Sienna, why don't you stand here? Now, this will not be in unison. Is that all right with you? All right. You've been friends for, what is it, 7 years now. I would hate for the friendship to shatter. Although if it's going to shatter, it might as well be now, right? And Juliana, why don't you, is it Juliana or Juliana? Doesn't matter. Juliana, put your arms around your friend's stomach like this, and squeeze her as hard as you can. Oh, much harder.
Harder, I say! Forget the past 7 years of your life! Squeeze her! Squeeze her! Squeeze her!
Very good. Thank you. Now, those of you who were foolish enough to sit towards the front, why? Probably heard that terrible death gasp that Sienna made when Juliana squoze her. Oh, you're right. When she was squozing. Right. Well, anyway, the accordion works in the same way, and it proves a principle that is not only handy when thinking about the accordion, but when thinking about life, which is when you squeeze anything hard enough, eventually it will make a noise. It doesn't matter what it is. If it is a bag of potato chips, if it is your grandmother, if you squeeze anything hard enough, eventually it will make a noise. The accordion, of course, counts as a thing. The accordion is a semi-formal instrument, so I will be removing my coat, but not my pants as I play. I'm putting myself somewhere where a bookseller won't try to steal it. Nice try, Patty Merman. So the accordion, which is not always bright red, but impressive when it is. If you strap it to your body, as all of us were once strapped to our mother's bodies, and you press the keys, it goes like this. Which, although arguably the nicest sounding accordion, it's not really loud enough to be considered musical, but if you fill it with air, as Sienna until recently was filled with air, and you begin to squeeze it, it makes this noise. You're really starved for entertainment, aren't you? Now you know how the accordion works, maybe you don't hate it, and now that maybe you don't hate it, you can maybe hear the song, and maybe the song goes like this. Part of the song is called vamping, and it simply means that you play the same thing over and over, and it's a wonderful way to drive people crazy. When things explode, we hit the road. Well, it's been a lovely visit, but if we can decode our secret code, it isn't a secret, is it? Dress a la mode and fur-de-load. I'm working to change the planet, but if we can decode our secret code, it can't be a secret, can it? I'll never do the karaoke, which is a dance that goes like this. I'm not going to do it. But if I did the karaoke, it would be heaven, it would be bliss. Strange seeds we've sowed, hard rows we've hoed. So please don't say easy does it. We don't agree, cause if we can decode our secret code, it wasn't a secret, was it? Into town we rode, our boats are stowed, and I rarely wear my hair long. But if we can decode our secret code, it won't be a secret ere long. Then I could do the karaoke indefinitely if I like. And those who poo-poo karaoke, well, they can all go take a hike. I'll never do the karaoke, which is a dance that goes like this. But if I did the karaoke, it would be heaven, it would be bliss. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-tra-la-tra-la-tra-la, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, tra-la-tra-la-tra-la-tra, I have warm feelings, but thank you so very much. Now I know that some of you gathered in order to have your copies of Who Could That Be at This Hour, or one of the other books that I have, that Mr. Snicket has written. And of course, as the author isn't here, there's no way that can happen. However, in a coincidence matched only by an accordion happening to appear when I wanted one, I happen to have with me the official Lemony Snicket stamp. And in a short period of time, I will be sitting at some beautifully bedecked table, stamping your books and putting the date in them, so when the police come to your house, and they'll come, Juliana, and say, where were you on the night of November 1st, 2012, you'll have proof that you were not committing whatever crime they're going to accuse you of, but that you were at a secret meeting run not by Lemony Snicket, but by somebody or other. Thank you very much for coming. I'm sorry it was such a disappointment.